Hi, Sandra Espinoza here, designing sewist, teacher, and sewing blogger, and creator of the Everyday Sewing Skill Set online course. Today I have a sewing hack for you, and this is about sewing by hand with sewing needles. At some point you've seen really large curved needles. Now these are used for upholstery. I have a whole pack here, and you can see that in this picture all of the different needles that I have, and they're used for different purposes. And for the most part, the lower edge where the point of the needle is straight, and the needle curves until it comes towards the eye where it straightens again. Now, the thing that you may not have thought about was that even regular sewing needles can be helpful if they are curved, especially if you're sewing through really heavy fabrics and you're doing things like slip stitching or stitching where you don't want to put a lot of muscle into the work, and so that your fingers don't hurt just by virtue of having to push really hard into the fabric and try to force it and manipulate your fabric and the layers in such a way that you get that needle through the fabric and the edges. So this hack is going to help you make more use out of a regular pack of your sewing needles. For the purposes that I have today, I'm going to use this middle length. I'm going to make sure that I see the eye there. The eye is facing me, and I'm just going to press down on it. I'm going to push the point not down into the surface, but sideways. You can see the shadow here, so I'm holding it just so that I can feel it springy as I press into the middle of the needle. And all I'm going to do is just push with my thumb and lift with my index finger until I get a curve to it. So you see the bend? I want more bend. Now you don't need a lot of bend in your needle, but that is enough to help you with your tasks. And I'm using a white thread here so you can see the work. The thing you want to be careful of is if you overbend your needle, you may get a bit of flaking on the finish on the back bend of your needle. And if you're working with fine fabric, you do want to be careful that that is not causing any problems to snagging your fabric. If you're working with heavy fabric, a big bend in your needle and some of the finish coming off maybe on the back there of that bend won't cause you any problems at all. So play around with it a little bit, get the hang of it, use your needle for different purposes, but anytime you're sewing by hand and you're depending on doing finishes to edges, having a bent needle can be really, really helpful. I hope you make use of this sewing hack so that you can make your hand stitching a lot easier on your fingers and on the project itself. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to watch any more of the ideas I have, you can check out my website at ethelandI.com. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to sew with intention, because every stitch you make matters.